to all from wherever you are joining to the Bhagavad Gita session. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan's song has 700 verses. Out of that, one was asked by Dhritarashtra, 41 by Sanjaya, 84 by Arjuna, and 574 by Sri Krishna. The commentators, they say Dhritarashtra's question out of confusion, whereas the Sanjaya's question, it's out of what he observed. It is on pratyaksha, observation. Arjuna's question on jijnasu, wanting to know, not just the question, very keen to know further. And 574 shlokas from Sri Krishna is the realization. The four sections from confusion, observation, and questioning, and jijnasu, and inquisitiveness from Arjuna, and towards the realization. These four sections, it has beautifully come out. And in Skanda Purana talks about the Arjuna. Mahabharata also, that story comes. Arjuna goes on a pilgrimage. He went to, even talks about, he went to Tirupati, even he went to Kanyakumari. Kanyakumari, he took a bath in various tirthas. He came across Narada Muni. Narada Muni asked the discussion between Narada and Sri Krishna. Narada says that taking the why we are also going to Manasarovar. What is the mental makeup of a yatri? It is not for the sake of going, we are going. It is not a physical act. It is the attitude behind. Knowledge, without knowledge, taking a dip in Manasarovar, even fish take the dip, birds take the dip, they won't get the realization. Karma, if you are doing the karma, karma leads to more karma and binds you. The what unbinds you is the knowledge. Even behind the yatra, you should know the knowledge. Without that one, it will end up only as a exertion, physical exertion. It is not a physical exertion. You are going to unburden your mind. And Narada tells Arjuna to take dip in any tirtha. You need to have three things to be the pure. One is your feet, your hands, and your mind should be pure. The feet means you are not going to the wrong places. Your feet always meant for going to the right places. Hands means you are not using your hands for wrong purpose, wrong actions. It is for the right purpose, and the mind should be directed towards the Supreme Lord. He says, any tirtha, Narada tells Arjuna, any tirtha, when you are taking the dip, if you do not have the concept of Vasudeva, then the dip is a wasted. You should have, you are not taking, it is not a physical one, you should have the concept of the presence of all pervading Lord. He is there here also. And he talks about the world. World is like a Narada tells further to Arjuna, world is like a shadow. We are chasing the shadow. Shadow, early in the morning when the sun rises, there is a shadow is there. In the evening, when sun is setting, a long shadow is there. And in the midday, we don't see the shadow, but we are chasing the shadow. Nobody has caught the world. But we are also one among them. We are chasing the world. You are chasing the world like a shadow. Do not waste your life chasing them. He says the the shadow, you cannot get that one. It's like a shadow. Nobody has conquered the world. Do not waste your time. And Narada tells Arjuna, in the Purana also comes, and in the Mahabharata, he talks about you, instead of develop addiction, do not get addicted to so many things, intoxicants. We have the addiction problem. Narada says, get addicted to charity. My addiction is to give. I want to give more. I want to give more. Like Deviji's addiction, she wants to make the VKY Mandir independent. It is a developed addiction for giving. And it talks about do not have a craving for wealth, but have a craving for learning the scriptures. Have a craving for knowledge, not the worldly things. Narada tells that one. And he says attractions, not to get attracted for sensory attractions, develop the attraction for leading a dharmic life. For that, always associate yourself with noble people. Noble people, Narada tells that one. And he further says, I mentioned in Upanishad class also, Narada tells, maybe 1 in 100 born are the brave people, courageous people, want to take on challenges. He further says, Narada further says, 1 in 100,000 born may have the knowledge. They have the good knowledge. But 1 in 10 million able to communicate the profound knowledge so that people can understand. That able to decipher the profound meaning of the scriptures to the people who can understand, it is very rare. Narada says, beyond that one, the finding the charitable person hardly is born. Hardly is a charitable person, is hardly born. And Narada tells, while giving the money also, charity, he talks about white money, black money, and brown money. White money is given not through the salary. Narada talks about not you're working as a wage. Not that one. When you do a knowledge, somebody appreciates your knowledge, gives the donation. When you do the charity of that one, you will not only enjoy here and up. And brown money is the one, the banking, money trading, and share market, profiteering, and agriculture. It talks about agriculture, that is a brown money. Narada says benefits of giving that one, it is you can get good name here and enjoy here. It may not be of use in the other world. And black money, I do all the negative things and I put it in Tirupati hundi. Go to Tirupati and put the hundi, and the Narada says it won't be of use here or in the other world, but that person will be born in a lower species. But since he has given the charity, that person may be born as a dog or a cat in a wealthy person's house as a pet. Will have a comfortable bed, dog bed, and its dog is taken on a car also, maybe Mercedes car. God is taken, but in the black money donation, it is Narada is insisting, you have to give the honestly earned, that only, that is the benefit. And talks about the 3 types of the charity. One is Asuric charity, talks about Rakshasic charity. One is Pishachic charity. The Asuric charity, I ask somebody to please give the donation, and they can't say no, they give, and they start regretting. Why did I go there? I should not have gone there. Otherwise, he would not have asked. After giving, regretting, it is called as Asuric charity. It is no benefit. Even you are given, but after giving for a good cause, never regret. That is called as Asuric. The Rakshasic one, it is giving with a great reluctancy and unwillingly. Though I have a ability, and I won't give with a great reluctantly and short-handed I give. That is called as Rakshasic charity. And Pishachic charity, giving while insulting. You take and go, not to show your face again. Get lost and insulting that person in front of others also. You know that person, I gave the money. And insulting, that is called as a Pishachic charity. Narada says, giving to the right people with good intention, not to regret. Even if you regret, you won't have any punya. You lost the money, and punya also is lost. This Narada's Upadesha. Narada Upadesha to Arjuna. Narada tells this one to all of us. The charity part through Arjuna, it's a message for all of us. The give in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna talks about Datavyamiti Dhanam. Give that one, not expecting anything in return. The last in the 18th chapter we covered that one, and the first chapter will start on. We have done up to 27 verses. Arjuna, Dhritarashtra asked the question. This is the only one time Dhritarashtra asked the question, what happened? What is the question out of confusion? He was confused, and though he has been told by his father Vedavyasa, do the justice. Because of his attachment to his son, he could not do the justice. But inside he was having a guilt feeling. Dhritarashtra uvacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. My children and Pandava's children, what did they do? Sanjaya, it's, as I mentioned, he speaks 41 times. He takes the scene to the battlefield and brings back to Dhritarashtra. To have a profound impact. What it shows, however good many times we read, the Bhagavad Gita did not make any difference to Dhritarashtra's life. So, doesn't mean we are attending Bhagavad Gita, we are listening, but it's Dhritarashtra heard as almost live. It did not make any difference. What is the guarantee that it will make us a change? As I mentioned a few times back, a few classes back, Vedavyasa said he has composed Mahabharata not to change everyone. Only negative people cannot be changed, tamasic people cannot be changed, and the sattvic people, they get the message immediately, And Rajasic people, he said he has written for the Sattvic people, by chance they have taken a wrong path, they will come back. Rajasic people, they continue to do what they want to do. Tamasic people, they won't heed to the suggestion. So Bhagavad Gita is for one who has taken by mistake a wrong path. It is a wake-up call, they come back. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan's message, and for the one text, ultimate text from Sanatana Dharma, though we have 18 Puranas are there, 18 Upapuranas are there, Mahabharata is there, Ramayana is there, Vedas are there, Upanishads are there, Brahma Sutra is there. Above all, what is your text? Is Bhagavad Gita. Even in the court, they do the pledge on the Bhagavad Gita. So, it is the highest of the text. It has the essence of Vedas, essence of what Vedas trying to say. Upanishad, Puranas, everything is the highest of the text is Bhagavad Gita. So, we may not have time to study all the Vedas or Upanishad, Puranas. Even if you read Puranas, for example, the 18 Puranas, Shaiva Purana that talks about Brahma Purana, Vishnu Purana, that the Sattvic Purana, Rajasic Purana and Tamasic Purana, Vedas you study, everything you must read in reference to Bhagavad Gita. You should not go off tangent while reading the Veda. Pick up one verse and make your own interpretation. You need to have Bhagavad Gita as a reference, then only you can get the right meaning. If you do not have the reference of Bhagavad Gita, Vedas and Upanishads are susceptible to misinterpretation, and they will mislead you. They will mislead you. Is Sanjay Uvacha Drishtva tu Pandavanīkam Vyudam Duryodanastada Acharya Upasangamya Raja Vachanam Abhravit. Pandavanīkam, the having seen Pandavas, the army well prepared, Duryodhana ran to his teacher like a small child running and started, he wanted the confidence boosting from others. He was feeling shaky. Pashyetam Pandaputranam Acharyam Mahatim Chamum Yudam Drupadaputrena Tavashishyena Dhimata Atra Shura Maheshwasa Bhimarjuna Samayudhi Yudano Viratascha Satyakischa Virdrupadascha Maharataha Drishtaketuschekitanaha Kashi Rajascha Viryavan Gurujit Kunti Bojascha Shaibyascha Narapungavaha. Dhritarashtra started introducing main warriors on Pandava's side. His first point of reference was Bhima. Bhima is there. And Arjuna and Virata, Drupada and Drishtaketu, Chekitana, Kashi Raja, and he mentioned key players on the other side. Yudamanyascha Vikranta Uttamaujascha Viryavan Saubhadro Draupadeyascha Sarva eva Maharataha. अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये तानि बोध द्विजोत्तम नायक मम सैन्यस्य संज्ञार्थं तान् ब्रवीमि ते अस्माकं तु after introducing Pandavas he is patting his own back. Now here who are all there on our side? Dronacharya is next commander in chief after Bhishma. He knows who are all on his side, but for his own satisfaction, Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha Kripascha Samitinjayah Ashwattama Vikarnascha Saumadatti Tataivacha. And Bhurishravas, you are there, Bhishma is there, Karna is there, Kripa is there, and more than many other people are there. They have come here to die for me. Anyecha Bhavava Shura Madarte Tekta Jivitaha Nana Shastra Praharana Sarve Yuddha Visharadaha. And many people Tekta Jivitaha, they have come here. Sumana, you want to log in? Tekta Jivitaha, they have come. So many people have come. He himself is admitting, people have come to die for me. They are going to he is going to lose. Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishma bhirakshitam paryaptam tvidame tesham balam bhima bhirakshitam. Aparyaptam, insufficient. It's our army protected by Bhishma is insufficient. Maybe he said that one because Karna said he won't fight as long as Bhishma is there. Bhishma is fighting. And Ashwattama did not take part in the war. He stayed neutral for first 15 days. When he heard Dronacharya died, then as a vengeance, he came into the battlefield. Tomorrow I will talk about. Ashwattama came with vengeance. Sri Krishna says to Arjuna, fight the battle but observe ahimsa. Whereas Ashwattama, he fought the battle as a vengeance. In the life, you are leading a life not as a revenge, but to to stand up to the call of the duty. Whereas Ashwattama, he fought to as a revenge on the Kaurava side as a revenge. Then ayaneshu cha sarveshu yata bhaga avastita Bhishmameva bhirakshantu bhavanta sarva evahi tasya sanjanayan harshan kuru vruddha pitamaha simhanadam vinadyoche shankam dadmo pratapavan तथा शंकाश्च बेर्यश्च प्रणवानक गोमुखाः सहसैवाभ्यहन्यन्त सशब्दस्तु मूलोऽभवत्. Sanjanayan, looking at the confusion of Duryodhana, to boost confidence, Bhishmacharya blew his conch. As soon as he blew, all the army on the Kaurava side, they started blowing their bugles, drums, kettle drums, to infuse confidence to the Kaurava side, saying that we are ready. After when the Kauravas, they blew the first bugle, then on the Pandava side, they तथा श्वेतैर्हये युक्ते महति स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधव पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यो शङ्को प्रदग्मतुः. Divya Shanka, this Shweter Haye Yukte, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is holding the reins of 4 white horses. It is talked, last week I talked about 4 horses represents Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. All our Dharma, whatever we are doing, should be directed towards Bhagavan. Artha, whatever wealth we are acquiring for doing the good things. Kama, all our desires must be directed for the higher things, what Narada said before. And moksha also, it is for attaining the Supreme Lord. Bhagavan is the controller, he is holding that one. Madhava Pandavaschaiva Divyo Shanko Pradagmatuhu. And Madhava, Lakshmi's husband, and Pandavas, they blew their respective conches. Panchajanyam Rishikesham Devadattam Dhananjaya Poundram Dadmo Mahashankam Bhima Karma Vrukodaraha. We have the Shanka here also. In the traditionally every house they blow the conch in the morning and evening. The conch, the sound represents Omkara. The Om, the conch sound itself, it is the dispelling all the negative forces. The houses, they blow the conch early in the morning and in the Sandhya in the morning and evening time to ward off the negative forces and to invite the divine forces. The Shanka is blown. And here also we are blowing that one to attract the positive energy. It is nothing but Omkara. You can hear the Omkara sound. For example, here is a conch is there, and if you put it against your ear, you can hear the sound. You can hear the Omkara sound. That humming sound is there. You can hear that one, Tata Shwete Haye Yukte. And there are 2 types of Shankas are there. If this is folding towards the left side, it is called as Edamuri Shanka. If it is folding towards the right side, Balamuri Shanka. For Abhishekam, you use this is the Balamuri Shanka. This is the for Abhisheka. This is folding towards the right side, that is Balamuri Shanka. It's an auspicious one. For Edamuri Shanka, it is second best, but for Abhishekam, he used that is the auspicious one. The Balamuri Shanka, and the price also, it's accordingly, it is much higher, Balamuri Shanka. Then Ananta Vijayam Raja Poundram Dadmo Mahashankam Bhima Karma Vrukodara. Bhima's conch also, size wise also, big, and Mahashanka. Bhima's conch is called the Vedavyasa through Sanjaya. Sanjaya says it is a huge Shanka, Mahashanka. Ananta Vijayam Raja Devad Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha Nakula Sahadevascha Sagosha Manipushpako. Sagosha Ananta Vijaya. Dhritarashtra Yudhishthira's conch is Ananta Vijaya, and Nakula and Sahadeva Sugosha and Manipushpaka. Kashyascha Parameshwasa, Shikandi cha Maharataha. Shikandi was Amba. Amba and our karma, how it affects. Drona, Bhishmacharya, Amba were the Bhishmacharya was a Dyu Nama Vasu. His original wife was Amba. It's Amba there also in the Vasu, Ashtavasu. In the Amba, his Varangi, her name was Varangi, and she wanted the Kamadhenu from Vasishta. You get that one, she liked that one. So Bhishma, the Bhishma, he was Vasu, and along with the 7 brothers, they went to get the Kamadhenu from Vasishta's ashram to please his wife. And Kamadhenu, when they started dragging, he started saying Amba. So Vasishta cursed, "You don't know how to respect the cow. May you all be born on the planet Earth." So, and also cursed his wife Varangi, "You will be born, but you won't live together. You won't live together." And so Bhishmacharya went to Swayamvara to get bride for his Vichitravirya, his son Vichitravirya. He himself was not strong enough. He brought 3 Amba, Ambika, Ambalika, 3 girls. He took them, and Amba was liking another person. Amba was liking another person. Then she said, Bhishmacharya, I am liking somebody. So Bhishmacharya let her go. When he went to that person, he said, "You are taken away by Bhishmacharya," and he could not face Bhishmacharya. "I won't accept you." She came back to Bhishmacharya, "Now you marry me." He said, "I have decided not to marry." So his original wife took a vow, "I will do the tapas so that this Bhishmacharya will be killed." She did intense tapas to Maharudra, and he appeared. We do the tapas, intense sadhana, but trivial. When Maharudra came, she said, he asked, "What do you want?" She did not ask for a devotion or knowledge. She said, "I want to kill Bhishmacharya." He said, he gave a garland. You put it on to give it to somebody. Give it to somebody who will be able to kill Bhishmacharya. And Amba went to every country, every king. Nobody accepted this garland. This is a mad girl. Who can fight with Bhishmacharya? Who can fight with Bhishmacharya? Everyone rejected. So she put the garland at the gate of Drupada's court. This flower was very fragrant and fresh. Drupada thought it is not a earthly garland, it must be a divine garland. He preserved that one. Refrigerator concept comes in Mahabharata also. And maybe when even Draupadi was not born, when my daughter is born, she will give it to her husband. So that garland, he preserved it. Draupadi put it on it's Arjuna. In the meantime, Amba, she said, I will be born. I will die now. I will be born. I will be reason for Bhishma's death. She was reborn as Shikandi. Bhishmacharya had a vow. He won't fight with the women or not fully the manly type. Shikandi in Mahabharata says eunuch. Mahabharata says he was not a eunuch. He was not a eunuch, but he was born as a girl, but later on got converted to a man. Again by Shiva's grace. Bhishma knew, and he was thinking Shikandi means he was a girl, I won't fight with. So that revenge, sometimes when we take a revenge, we say, even if I die, I won't forget. That sankalpa will carry on in our next life. We do the intense tapas. We may go to Mount Kailas. Our intention is to get some power, some siddhi from Maharudra, so that we get accomplish small things. I will take a revenge. I will destroy that person. I want more power. People may go there all the way, like Amba. She did lot of tapas, but wasted effort. The Sattvic people, how to do the tapas, and after Bhishmacharya died, after Shikandi died, they went back to their realm. They were together for a small duration. The domestic violence they talk about in the scriptures, husband and wife, they fight forever from the beginning. Why it is happening? Some prarabdha karma, maybe like Amba and Bhishmacharya. That unresolved issues, we had to get it resolved. No peace, and only you had to wait for that period has to go. Or your arch enemy to take revenge can be born in your family as your husband or wife. Or your arch enemy can be born as your children to take revenge. The Skanda Purana also talks about only the prayaschitta, not to take any responsibility. Offer everything to Lord. I am not the doer. I don't want to take any revenge against anyone. And whatever good or bad, Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. I will offer it to Lord. Otherwise, you will do intense tapas and it's a wasted effort. Shikandi, whole life he dedicated for destroying Bhishmacharya. Shikandi in Mahabharata says, Shikandi means, one is Shika, he had a beautiful Shika, long hair, and another meaning Shikandi means Shika, Sham, knowledge, one who has the highest knowledge. He has a great knowledge, but application was wrong. That is what in the beginning Narada said. People may have a lot of knowledge, but application for the wrong purpose. One person, one astrologer in the television, he was saying that you need to have a saligrama in all temples. Skanda Purana says, whatever Shiva temple, Durga temple, Ganapati temple, you need to have a saligrama, a must. This astrologer, he was saying that in your temple, saligrama you have kept, all your offering is going to the saligrama is taking, and your Durga is not getting any your offering, so get rid of saligrama. So knowledge is not there. They only to please people, they say. To give advice also, you need to have the Shastra knowledge. Otherwise, you will have the negative impact, the advising the wrong people, it will affect you and affect others also. ಕಾಶ್ಯಶ್ಚ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ ಶಿಖಂಡಿ ಚ ಮಹಾರಥಃ ದೃಷ್ಟ್ಯುದ್ಯುಮ್ನೋ ವಿರಾಟಶ್ಚ ಸಾತ್ಯಕಿಶ್ಚ ಪರಾಜಿತಃ ದ್ರುಪದೋ ದ್ರೌಪದೇಯಾಶ್ಚ. Here we say Draupadi. We say Draupadi. It's a proper pronunciation. Draupadi. Drupada. Draupadi. You have to say it's for our use. We say Draupadi. The correct name in Mahabharata also it's talking about Draupadi. And we say Rukmini. It is not Rukmini, Rugmini. You have to say Rugmini. Rugma Varna. Rugma means gold. Rugma Varna, Rugmini. We say Rukmini. It's let us change do the correction. Draupadi and Rugmini. Saubhadrascha Mahashankam. Saubhadrascha Mahabahu. Shankam Dadmu Pratak. Sagosho Datra Rashtranam. Hridayani Vedarayat. Nabascha Prithivim Chaiva. Tumulo Vinunadayan. Ata Vyavasthitan Drishtva. Datra Rashtran Kapidvaja. Pravritte Shastra Sampate. Dhanurudyamya Pandava. Rishikesham Tada Vakyam. Idam Aha Mahipate. And Arjuna, it's until then he was very eager to fight. He says, I want to see who are the Duryodhana saw who are all on the other side. Arjuna said, I want to see who dared to fight with me. He was overconfident. He had confidence of getting Pashupatastra, and he acquired many astras, many weapons from Agni, and in Swarga he acquired from many devatas, gave many astras. He was overconfident. Who dares to fight with me? I want to know. Senaya Arjuna Uvacha. Senayor Ubhayor Madhye. Ratam Sthapaya Mechuta. Yavadeta Niriksheham. Yotu Kaman Avasthitan. Kairmaya Sahayodavyam. Asmin Ranasamudhyame. Yosyamana Aveksheham. Yaetetra Samagataha. Datra Rashtrasya Dhurbuddhe. Yuddhe Priyachakirshavaha. I want to see properly who dares to fight this evil-minded Duryodhana to please him. So many people have arrived. I want to know everyone who dares to fight. So, then he was overconfident, and me was too high. Instead of in front of the Bhagavan, he thought Bhagavan is just a charioteer. He is the doer. Single-handedly he will wipe out the army. So confident. The na trunamapi na chalati tena vina. Even the blade of grass cannot move without God's grace. Everything, whatever we are doing, it is His grace. Even the simple act of breathing also is grace. Never say, if you are successful in your life, never say, I did this one, I am so sharp, I am so shrewd, I did that one. It is nothing happens without His blessing. Bhagavan thought this person's the sattvic Arjuna had a sattvic ego. Now all of a sudden it became rajasic ego, me and mine. Bhagavan wanted to, why Bhagavan doesn't come to us? For sattvic people, Bhagavan's message is obvious. For rajasic people, if you are always rajasic, no message will go. Arjuna was sattvic person. He became rajasic. Bhagavan was there to bring him back. If you are always rajasic and tamasic, Bhagavan won't come. Bhagavan and Sanjay Uvacha Eva Mukto Hrishikesho Gudakeshena Bharata Senayor Ubayor Madhye Stapayitva Ratottamam Gudakeshena Bharata to Arjuna, knowledge. He was very keen to know. Why Bhagavan did not tell anyone in the Sri Krishna when he went to Dhritarashtra's court, when Sri Krishna was about to say, Duryodhana closed his ears. Tamasic people. Arjuna is known for Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Jijnasu. Always keen to hear. Always want to learn. For that person, Bhagavan gave the Upadesha. Otherwise, giving to people not interested. Bharata, Bha means knowledge. One who is always keen to listen, Gudakeshena, for the sake of knowledge, Arjuna was prepared to go to any length. What it's Vedavyasa says, for the sake of knowledge, you should be committed for life. For the knowledge sake, I am prepared to do anything. Knowledge, for us, we are, for the sake of money, we have come all the way from India in search of money. We have gone that far, but not to limit there. Yes, we have done, now we have seen, now you have to turn your attention to the knowledge. We are still, maybe 50 years, 60 years, still we are ambitious to acquire the knowledge. We are not Bharata. We are only in Artharata, making money. Bharata, become a Bharata. Then the message of Bhagavad Gita will get revealed to you. Bhishma Drona Pramukataha Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam Vacha Partha Pashetan Samavetan Kuruniti Tatra Pashyan Stitan Partha Pitrinata Pita Mahan Acharya Matulan Bhatran Putran Pautran Sakinstata Shasuran Suhradaschaiva Senayorubayorapi Tan Samikshasa Kaunteya Sarvan Bandhun Avastitan Kripaya Paraya Vishto Vishidhanna Idam Abravit. And when he said, Bhagavan positioned his chariot such a way that he could able to see his Arjuna had great reverence for his grandfather. On his lap as a child he played, and his teacher Dronacharya. And he positioned such a way that, and also not only there, Bhagavan is the inner controller of everyone. Everyone who makes us to get interested to good things. He can, if he wants to uplift us, he can from inside. He's the inner controller. He can make us drawn towards the good things. If he wants us to take the wrong path, he can bring the confusion. Within, Bhagavan is there within Arjuna also. To curb his ego, he made him to feel sad about himself. All of a sudden, sometimes we are so keen to learn, sometimes we are not interested. Who turned on the switch? Who turned off the switch? We can't say, I am doing. Sometimes I am keen, sometimes I am not keen. He is there, Bhagavan, to teach a lesson to him. Arjuna, saw his, all of a sudden, earlier he was a great warrior. Who wants to fight with me? Now he is seeing them, everyone as a relative. Oh, she is my friend. Oh, he is my friend. He is my son-in-law. Who is grandfather? He is my teacher. Only relation. Me and myself. Me and mine overpowered him. It made him very weak. Why we can't excel in our life? We are so attached to me and my family, me and my relative, me and my bandhus. How can I disappoint them? How can I disappoint them? How can I disappoint my friends? That me, it is, we are the Arjuna situation. We are not able to, how can I fight? How can I fight? And he collapsed. He collapsed. It is a case of all of us. All of us, we take the side of whatever my children do, good or bad, we don't care. In front of others, if somebody scolds at my child, I don't care who is right. I'll go for a fight. Why did you say that one? Here, Arjuna says, come to the center. Senayor ubayor madhye. Come to the center, not to see it as your child, not to see from that point of sight. Then you understand, truth will reveal. Our case, and somebody was saying that somebody told something to my wife. I picked up a quarrel with that family. For the last 2 years we are not speaking. I only fought because my wife will say, what type of husband you are? What type of husband you are? You are not defending me. And Bhagavad Gita says, no me and mine. Come to the center. Then only you will have sanity here. Otherwise, life is full of enemies and friends, and you are not moving forward. You are not able to move forward. Always come to the center. Come to the center. Then Arjuna saw, only my friends. How can I fight? Arjuna uvacha dristvemam swajanam Krishna yuyutsam samupastitam sidanti mama gatrani mukam cha parishusyati vepatuscha sharire me roma harshascha jayate. And coming to that one, what type of husband? People build a Taj Mahal for the wife. What type of husband you are? And this Arjuna got associated. And Arjuna says, only my people I see, Swajanam, my people. Dhritarashtra says, what happened to my children and Pandava's children? Dhritarashtra said at the beginning. Here, Arjuna, my people, how can I fight? Dhritarashtra also had the same problem, moha. Arjuna also had, how can I fight with my people? And my Sidanti Mama Gatrani says, my Mama Gatrani, my limbs are shaking. The anxiety issue, anxiety, tension. My whole body is crumbling. Mukam cha parishusyati. My tongue is drying out. And vepatuscha sharire me. And talking about my whole body is trembling. Roma harshascha jayate. In the so terrified, exciting moment, my horripilation, all the hair in the body has become erect. And anxiety, He's talking about the symptoms of anxiety. When you are so attached, you lose this thinking ability gets clouded. Is a great warrior. He's saying that I can't fight. My body is trembling. Gandivam samsrate hastat. Tvakchaiva paridahyate. Nacha shaknomyavasthatum. Brahmati vachame manaha. And Gandiva, that is the Gandiva he got from the Agni in Kandava Dahana. Gandiva is the original weapon of Brahma, Brahma's weapon. Gandiva is Brahma's bow. Shiva's bow is called as Pinaka, and Vishnu's bow is called as Sharnkadanva. Sharnka in Vishnu Sahasranama. This is Gandiva from Brahma. He had told this Gandiva, as long as I have, nobody can beat. He was so confidently holding that one. This Gandiva is slipping from my hands. Some said, Tvakchaiva paridahyate. My whole body is burning. My skin is burning. My face is burning. Na shaknomi avasthatum. And I can't stand. I am feeling like collapsing. Brahmati vache mano. I am having a giddiness. Brahmati va. I think I am going to collapse. I am fainting. Brahmati vacha me manaha. Anxiety issue. They are talking about anxiety, that mental health issues. What are the signs? The one way is Sri Krishna's message to address the mental health issues is to listen to Bhagavad Gita. One lady said she is having a lot of mental health problems, she can't sleep and all. I asked her to come and listen to Bhagavad Gita. Come. She said no, she can't come. She has problem. Bhagavad Gita has come out to address the mental health problem. But she said, no, my problem you don't understand. You don't understand my problem. And my problem is beyond Shri Krishna. And nimittani cha pashyami viparitani keshava nacha shreyo no pashyami hatva swajana mahave. Nimittani cha pashyami. Nimittani, it is talking about I see only the bad omen, and by killing them I don't think any good. He made a decision also. Yesterday somebody called me up, said this year somehow sir it is not good. Somehow beginning of this year, and in Upanishad we start about, is the Kala is the responsible. He said, sir, this year, ever since this year has started, it is not going good. And I don't see, the omens are not on our side. Killing them is, I don't see any good in that one. The omen, the signs, muhurta, when you are so dedicated to Lord, every moment is a good omen, good muhurta. When you are not devoted to Lord, you are banking on astrologers like that. The good moment in Purandaradasa, Indina dinave Shubha dinavu. Whatever, when the moment you think of the Lord, that is the auspicious moment. And otherwise, if you don't think of the Lord, only always negative, year is not negative, this one is not negative. When I was driving, cat went from left to right. Should I stop the car, sir? And we are so concerned about small things. And when I woke up this morning, crow was crying in front of my house. Is it a good woman or bad woman, sir? And people ring me and say, they ask these questions. Is it good or bad, sir? What should I do? And Nimitta Nicha, Bhagavan is sitting in front. he is saying that it is a bad omen. And so this is a sign of most of us are like that. Bhagavan is here, Murti is here. Think of him, that all obstacles will melt down. We don't want to think of him. My problem is a big problem. I start crying on that one. We done up to 31 shlokas. Repeat after me. दृष्ट्वेमं स्वजनं कृष्ण युयुत्सुं समुपस्थितं सीदन्ति मम युयुत्सुं समुपस्थितं सीदन्ति मम गात्राणि मुखं च परिशुष्यति वेपतुश्च शरीरे मे रोमहर्षश्च जायते गाण्डीवं संसृते हस्तात् त्वक्चैव परिदह्यते न च शक्नोम्यवस्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मनः निमित्तानि च पश्यामि विपरीतानि केशव न च श्रेयोनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्.